Hello students, today I am going to give you introduction lecture on the concept of digital signal processing and what are the area of basic application and why digital processing is very important in our day-to-day life. So let's start. So the word digital signal processing or discrete signal processing. Discrete signal processing or digital signal processing we use lucidly. So though the word digital and discrete is not absolutely same, that will we discuss in this course in due course of time, but in this course we will use both of them for the similar meaning. Okay, now you can know that any signal, what is signal? It is actually provides information. Signal provides information. Signal can also be stated as a function that conveys information about a phenomenon. Okay, so with respect to time, when some information is delivered, we can call it a signal. So if we talk about signal processing, definitely signal processing will be, it incorporates some mathematical manipulation of signal. So in signal processing we will deal with some mathematical manipulation of signal, right? Now digital signal processing, we can understand that it is basically mathematical manipulation of information about a certain phenomena applying the laws of digital electronics. So this is basically digital signal processing. We are doing some mathematical manipulation of signal. What is signal? It is nothing but some information ahead of time, and when we are doing it digitally, then we will call it a digital signal processing. Okay, now what are the steps of going digital signal processing? Now there is a question, can't we do analog signal processing? It's a very valid question. When we are doing signal processing, definitely we do analog signal processing, but what is the basically, you have go through analog electronics as well as digital electronics, and you know what are the disadvantages of analog in this today's era with respect to digital one. So we know this era is basically digital, and the devices in front of which you are also sitting and I am doing this lecture, this is also a digital device. The mobile phone you are carrying in your pocket, that is digital. The camera you are using, that is digital. Even we are using smart TV today, that is also a digital thing. And everything we are surrounded by digital devices. So naturally the use of digital devices is that this is the era of digital electronics, naturally and especially the computers, the CPUs, they only understand digital logic. So naturally each and every gadget which is actually of digital, in a digital platform or digital domain, are welcome in this era. The problem is the analog parts are basically hardwired, and when there is a change, and what is the utility of digital? The digital is you can able to change it, you can make it programmable. The processors are basically programmable, which is a important key factor of digital devices. Now in case of analog, if you want to change the model, you have to absolutely change the warranty or do each and everything, and then you have to do you have to go through each and every steps again. Whereas in digital, in any digital device, you just change the programs. In the most of the time, if you change the program, most of the time the case is solved. Now one thing that what will be the steps of doing digital signal processing. Now suppose this is an example where I will tell you lots of example we use digital signal processors or digital signal processing in our day-to-day life. Now here I have given a microphone. Okay, so this is a microphone. You know, when we talk in a microphone, it is nothing but an analog signal. We are producing analog signal. The sound wave we are producing, it is nothing but an analog signal. Now it is taking the signal, there is a conditioning of signal that is making the signal good for that there, but it is remaining analog. Now you are getting here a anti-aliasing filter. So what is anti-aliasing? What is aliasing we will discuss afterwards in our coming lectures, but you can understand that this symbol is basically, it is a filter. We know filters are certain types, low pass, high pass, band pass. This type of filters are present. So this symbol is basically, it is giving you passing the low frequency. So anti-aliasing filters are basically low pass filters. Okay, so because it will give you to pass only low frequencies and obstruct the higher frequency, which can create aliasing. What is aliasing we will discuss afterwards. So you just understand that there is a low pass filter which will allow a certain amount of frequency to pass. Even up to this point the signal was analog. Okay, next it is put into the analog to digital converter. Next it is put into an analog digital converter or ADC, and here you can able to understand that this, depending upon its width, how many bits it can able to handle, depending upon its width, it is giving us a digital frame. Okay, here we are getting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means in this diagram it is showing us a 8-bit ADC. Why? Because 8-bit ADC will give 8 digital bits. It may be a 16-bit one or a 32-bit one depending on the application, but thing is that we need an analog to digital converter before we proceed to the processor, because a processor is always a digital device. Understand? So after conditioning and then getting the low pass signals, we have to go through an analog to digital converter, and then we will proceed to the processor. And this processor, this is the very important thing I should mention here. We get processor in this era everywhere. Our computer in our home, that is the PC, what we call it, PC. So that is basically a general purpose computer. There is a processor over there which is able to handle different types of tasks, right? The laptop is also able to do different types of tasks. There is a processor within it. But suppose you think the machine which is actually doing your clothes, washing your clothes, that is also have a processor, but that is a sort of processor which actually able to understand instructions only related to the washing. Similarly, the device which is cooling your home, that is the AC, that is actually understand the instruction related to cooling only. So this type of processor where they works for this type of system, they are basically embedded system or special purpose system where the length of processor is very small and they are meant for a specified work. Similarly, digital signal processors are also special type of processor which are actually good for mathematics, for in case of certain controls, for controlling certain microcontroller tasks, or understanding certain algorithms. This type of work which is required for conditioning of a signal is done by the digital signal processor. So this is not a general purpose processor used. In digital signal processor, the processor which is required which is actually able to process the signals properly. Okay. So after the processing, then it is giving passing through a D to A converter, that is digital to analog converter, because we know it is a naturally if I want to talk in a microphone, obviously somebody would like to hear it. So the output sound wave should be clear and good quality. That's why we are doing signal conditioning or signal processing. So the final product will be nothing but sound, so it should be an analog one. That's why we need to convert it into an analog device. And here also there is a filter you are getting, and it is also a low pass filter. Why it is required? Because in this process, due to digital to analog conversion, there may be an introduction of noises, and noises are generally, they are very high frequency signals. So if you put a low pass filter over here, so it can able to cut out the high frequency signals and smooth, make the signal smooth. Okay, so the high frequency harmonics are cut off with the help of this filter, so it is known as smoothing filter. Afterwards you are putting it in a loudspeaker, and then you are amplify the signal strength and putting it in a loudspeaker. And so that means if you just talk with the microphone, the quality, and if you actually use the signal processing tool, obviously this effect will be much more good. That is the utility or beauty of signal processing. Here we have taken signal as an audio signal. So this type of signal, several type of signal you can use. So DSP processor, what I have told you just in that previous slide, that it can able to handle mathematics, because when you are going to do certain operation on signal, make it clear, so you need to do something mathematical operation. So it can able to do, it should be good with mathematics, it should able to process some signal processing algorithms, some bit processing algorithms, and able to do certain control function as well as certain microcontroller tasks. So these are the main purposes of any digital signal processors. Now we are going to tell about certain applications we used to get in our day-to-day life, that is like the general DSP applications. Like you can understand that the EEG, the ECG, or any type of what we got, the imaging, everything, the imaging of our body, the USG, or certain type of TVS, any type of imaging, or this type of thing, the biomedical application, the DSP processor, DSP signal processing application is there, and it is basically DSP application, digital signal processing application. We have talked about the speech processing. Similarly, image processing, what we get in our TVs, the smart TVs, their digital signal processing application is also used. The hi-fi stereo system, what we get, high fidelity system, that is there also. This signal processing application we get it in the smart speakers like Alexa. There we also get the consumer product like this type of, or our what should I say, the camera, digital camera. There we get the processor, which is basically digital signal processor. And in mobile communication also we get, because in mobile communication, whether it is a Bluetooth technology, that is basically by Bluetooth technology we also use signal processing, or a GSM sort of communication, we also use signal processing. Similarly, in case of military application also, like radar, like sonar, several military applications, there also we get applications of digital signal processing. So it is a very, very important thing in our day-to-day life. And this was our initial discussion about digital signal processing, and I told you what is basically a digital signal processing do and where we get the applications of digital signal processing in our day-to-day life. Thank you.